Minasan konnichiwa. Hello everybody, welcome to another Japanese lesson. So this is actually more a talking video about the exciting news that Netflix is going to be releasing a live action for One Piece, right? But we will have a little Japanese lesson towards the end, ok? Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais uma aula de japonês. Na verdade, esta vai ser mais um vídeo para falar aí da notícia, né, que o Netflix vai estar fazendo o live action do One Piece, tá bom? Mas vai ter uma aulinha de japonês no final, tá bom? Mas eu vou colocar a legenda em português, mas eu espero que vocês gostem. So, if you guys don't know, actually, One Piece was released first as a manga, as you can see here, and then after the manga version came the anime version, and then now we are looking to have the live action version, right? So the manga version came out in 1997, and that was 2 years later when the anime version came. 1999. All right, and then this year, August 31st, that's when Netflix is going to release the live action, right? This is Oda-san, right? Oda Eiichiro. So Oda Eiichiro-san is the author slash creator of One Piece. Okay, and he actually holds a Guinness World Record title for the most copies published for the same comic book series by a single author, okay, with over 500 million copies of One Piece printed and circulated since 1997. So if you think about it, 500 million is quite a lot of comic books right there out there, right? So it's pretty impressive. And then let's have a look at the main characters, which you also see represented in the live action, right? We could see them from the trailer that Netflix released. So the main character, as you guys know, is Luffy. Okay, I know in English we say Luffy with the L, but as you guys know, in Japanese, we do not have the L sound. So everything that is L becomes an R, right? So my name, for example, Marcelo becomes Ro, Marusero, right? So his name is Ruffy in Japanese, okay? Ruffy. And then he's going to be played by this actor who is actually originally from Mexico, okay? And then this is Nami. So Nami is going to be played by an American actress. Okay, her hair looks pretty cool. And then this is Zoro. All right. So Zoro will be played by a Japanese actor. I think actually he was born in the States, but his parents are Japanese. And then we gonna have Sanji, right? Being played by this actor who is originally from Spain. I think his father is like he's half Arab, half British. Yeah, so it's pretty cool background. And then we also gonna have Usopp in Japanese. Usopp, played by an American actor. So for me, it's very interesting how the cast has been selected very like internationally. I mean, with this international background, so that's pretty cool. Okay, and some fun fact actually is that when the actor that plays Ruffy and Sanji, because they have Spanish as their mother tongue, first language, they will be the ones doing the dubs for the Spanish. So if you actually want to hear what they sound like in Spanish, you can just go to Netflix and change the audio for Spanish, all right, and keep the English subtitles, or perhaps the Japanese, okay? Now, I have some shocking news, in case you don't know this, but the voice of the main character, Luffy, in the anime, okay, so if you guys are the anime fans, please tell me that you're watching it or you've seen it in Japanese, okay? Because that's how we learn Japanese, right? But anyway, did you guys know that the person that does the voice for Luffy is actually a woman? Yes, so it's Tanaka Mayumi-san. ですね. So she is actually a 68 years old, guys. Okay, so this might be a little bit shocking to you. And the cool thing is that she's been doing Luffy's voice since the anime came out in 1999, and she will be the one actually doing the Japanese dub version now for the live action. So if you wanna, after you guys if you want to go to the settings on Netflix and you change to the Japanese audio with English subtitles, and you will be able to hear, the voice of the Rio anime character, right, Luffy, who was made by Tanaka Mayumi-san, right? And actually, the actor that is playing now Luffy went to Tokyo and he met her in person, right? I will leave a link of the video if you guys haven't seen it yet, but it's very cool, to see how he's going there and meeting her, So I'm very excited to watch the live action in Japanese, and and having the same voice of the anime, right? Luffy's voice, original voice. And it's not only him, actually they are using others characters like real anime voices as well. So that's pretty impressive, pretty cool in my opinion. What do you think? All right, so now let's talk about some other characters. Okay, so this one here is Kobe, in Japanese, Kobe, right? And what is really impressive about, well, we just got the images from the trailer so far, but what is really impressive, and I think you guys will agree with me, is how accurate, the characters look actually, in terms of hair color or like even what they're wearing, right? As you can see here, Kobe, the glasses are perfect, the hair, even the shirts, the t-shirt is amazing. This one here is Buggy in Japanese. Okay, Buggy, right? Buggy. And look at the live action actor and the clothing, everything is just perfect. Very, very impressive. And then one more, Arubida. So she's the one that comes in the first episode of the anime actually. So I'm very excited to see her, how they're gonna, have her in the live action. But look at, it's a little bit blurry because it's an image from the trailer. But look how her hair, her hat is, the same color, and the outfit. It just looks like so cool. So that attention to detail for me is very, promising. Now, here we're gonna start our Japanese lesson for the day. Okay, so you guys don't leave thinking that I was just talking about the show and didn't teach you anything. But before we start, actually, let me just tell you guys that I think, anything that you guys can watch in Japanese, even if you have English subtitles, just having the audio in Japanese, that's already something great to help you to improve your language skills. And and again, it's just the fact that you keep watching, because there's a lot of episodes, right? So you eventually get used to the characters' voices and everything. So it's a great way to learn any language you want to do. Just watch something, TV show, series. It's one of the best ways that I always recommend my students. However, anime, it's a little bit tricky because there's a lot of casual tamego, we say it in Japanese, which is a very kind of a not polite Japanese that you cannot use to people that you don't know, right? So we just need to be careful with that. But again, it's important to understand, all right? And if you do, if you are lucky to one day make friends with a Japanese person and become able to use tamego, talking a not polite Japanese, then you will be using. But anyway, let's go with this one first. So here is actually a scene from the anime in the first episode of the anime, 1999. So we have Kobe and Luffy. So Kobe says, this is when they first meet. Okay, and I didn't put all of the conversation because I don't want to try to not give too much like spoilers in case you guys didn't watch the anime yet. But anyway, let's focus. So ルフィさんはそこまでして海に出て何をするんですか? Okay, so first thing I want to teach you guys is ano, right? So this is a very Japanese expression that you will hear when you go to Japan. And basically, it doesn't really have a meaning. It's just like whenever somebody says ano, it's just a way to get someone's attention. And you know that they're going to ask you a question. Okay, so if you want to ask somebody a question, in English we would just say, excuse me. But in Japanese, like ano is a more quieter, like a gentle way to approach somebody, so they know you're gonna ask them something, right? So Luffy-san wa sokomade shite, right? What he was doing, like getting, what he did on the anime to get on this ship. I'm not gonna give you guys detail, no spoilers. But anyway, he did something crazy to get on board, and then right came like he's sailing, right? Umi ni dete. 何をするんですか? So why? What are your plans, right? What's your goal? And I actually made a lesson. So if you guys go back on my Japanese playlist, I made a lesson about this part here. What's the difference between, in this case, shimasu ka and surun desu ka, right? So the difference is every time you use desu ka, basically you want to express your interest in knowing the reason, right? So in this case, Kobe really wants to know the reason why Luffy is, like just kind of lost on this ship, and what is he looking for, aiming for, right? So Luffy goes, 俺は海賊王になる. Okay, so kaizoku means pirate and o means king. So he's like, I'm gonna become the king of the pirates, right? And then Kobe goes, Kaizoku Oni? Or like surprise, right? So like the king of the pirates? And then this is what I want to teach you guys. Honki desu ka? Honki desu ka? Okay, so honki means like, are you serious? Like, really? Honki desu ka? And you can say, honki desu. Right? So it's like, so when you're really sure about what you want to do, you say honki desu, right? So honki desu ka? Another way you could say that is similar is like maji ka, right? Maji desu ka? Like, really? Okay, but honki desu ka? And then Luffy says, meaning yes. Right? So again, like anime is very casual, so is the same thing as hi, right? So in Japanese, when you say yes, please say hi. However, when you're talking to a friend, when you're talking to a relative, when you're talking to a child, somebody who is younger than you don't have to say hi. You can say right? Like that. Okay, for no and yes. Or right? So it's a very casual way, but basically Luffy is saying, yeah. And then obviously if we look at the face of Kobe here, he's like, what? And this actually is a very interesting thing, because if you guys don't know where the name One Piece comes from, I think it's from here. Okay, so from this scene, after Luffy all casually says, yeah, I'm gonna become the king of the pirates, Kobe just cannot believe him, right? Like, are you serious? Like, do you realize what you're saying? How crazy you sound. So he says, 海賊王というのはこの世のすべてを手に入れたもの。つまり富と名声と力の一つなぎ、大宝、One Piece を目指すということですよ。Alright? So as you can see here, he said One Piece, right? But let's go little by little. So, 海賊王というのは, so Well, the king of the pirates, to you know wa, right, means, right, means, uh, it is, この世のすべて。この世 means like this planet, right? So この世のすべて is like everything on this planet. を手に入れた。So 手に入れる means to put in your, literally means to put in your hands, right? But in this case, it means someone. Mono here means not object, but this kanji here means person. So it's somebody who was able to get everything they wanted from the world in their hands, meaning that they have achieved their goals, right? Tsumari. Tsumari is a word that means I mean, like when you were explaining something, right? What I want to say. In other words, tsumari, tomito. So tomi is like wealth, right? Meisei to, right? Meisei is like fame. To means end, okay? Chikara, power, right? No, hitotsunagi. Daihiho, right? So it's like, so all united, all of these things united in one person, like one person holds it. And then he says, one piece. So like you're looking for that one piece of thing. O mezasu. Mezasu means to go after, to aim for, right? So when he says one piece, he's saying that he wants that big chunk of, everything, right? It's not a little part of here. It's not only the tomi, the wealth, not only the fame. It's the big, part, right? The one piece. So it's a very cool scene when you see it for the first time, right? So you are going for the one piece, and that's where the name of the manga and the anime and now the live action actually comes from, because Luffy is going for the One Piece. And obviously Luffy says, ore mo nerau, right? Yes, I'm going after that. That's my goal. And then here's funny because, Luffy has a very interesting personality. I'm not gonna go into details, but you guys will see it if you watch the anime, or I hope the live action, the actor is able to to bring that up as well. But Kobe also, he's a very kind of a negative person, a coward, if you may say, and he goes, "Muri desu, muri muri muri, zettai muri," right? Muri ni kimatte imasu, right? And so muri means basically impossible, okay? So he says muri desu. It means like muri. So for example, you can use actually this very often in Japan. Muri desu is like, somebody asks you to do something and you just say, I'm sorry, like that's impossible. I cannot do it. So very simple answer, muri desu. So can you meet tomorrow at this time? Muri desu. Like I cannot. Or are you able to do overtime? Muri desu, So it's a very simple word, but we can use it pretty often. Okay, zettai muri, right? So zettai is also a word that we use quite often in Japanese. Zettai ni, but it's like totally impossible, like, absolutely impossible. Muri ni kimatte masu, right? Kimatteru is like it's decided. So muri ni kimatteru means it's decided that it's impossible, like, it's already set that it's impossible. And then the next one that I want to teach you guys is dekiru wake nai desu yo. Dekiru wake nai means, dekiru is the verb to be possible, right? To be able to do something. But dekiru wake nai is like, there's no way that is possible, So, Luffy saying, yeah, I'm gonna become the king of the pirates, like, muri desu, muri, zettai ni muri, dekiru wake nai, muri ni kimatteru, right? And then this is why this is actually my favorite scene, because towards all of this, I would say negative but realistic, right? Kobe, like answer. This is what Luffy says. He says, "Dekiru ka douka janai," right? So dekiru is like the verb being possible, right? Ka is the question, right? Douka, ka douka means yes or no, right? Janai means it's not. So basically, this translates into the kiru kadoka janai is like it's not a matter of being possible or not. Okay, and Kobe goes like, eh, okay. Now another Japanese point here. There's two eh. There's eh when you just extend the eh, which is what, you know, because we also have the eto, right? Anyway, I'm not gonna focus. Anyway, in this case, e is just like what? Huh? You know, he's just surprised because like, what do you mean, right? The kiru kadoka janai. And then Luffy explains. That's the face. That's the e face, okay? And then Luffy goes, "Naritai kara narunda," right? So this is so cool, guys. Like it's like dekiru ka doka janai, naritai kara narunda, right? So it's not a matter if it's possible or not. It's a matter of if you want to become, you will become, right? Naritai comes from the verb naru, which means to become, to turn into something, right? And naritai tai means I want to. So if you want to become something, you will become something, right? So dekiru ka doka janai, naritai kara narunda. How powerful is that, guys? Come on, it's so cool. I really hope that we have this scene in the live action. So Luffy carries on, right? He says, "Kaizoku o ni naru te ore ga kimetan da kara, sono tame ni tatakatte shinu nara betsu ni ii." So kind of strong, right? He says, "Kaizoku o ni naru te ore ga kimetan da kara." Kimeta, decide. Ore is a very casual way of saying I, right? Again, just an anime word, you know. We don't really say ore, we say watashi or boku, right? So please be careful if you say ore to, like, you know, in Japan it's very kind of rude. But we use it in high school, like teenagers, you know, they use it all the time. So again, it's important to understand, right? But you would never use it in a workplace or, you know, in a polite way. But anyway, he says, yeah, he's the one that decided that he wanted to become a pirate king, right? Sono tame ni, so for that purpose, tatakatte, to fight, shinu nara, die, even if I die, betsu ni ii. Betsu ni ii means it's okay, like it doesn't matter. I don't mind, right? So it says, I was the one that decided that I wanted to become a king of the pirates. So if for that purpose, if I have to die while fighting to achieve that purpose, that's all right. That's fine with me, right? And that's the face that Kobe does. So it's cool, right? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this mini Japanese lesson. I'm afraid the video became kind of long, but it is an exciting news, right? So yeah, just let me know in the comments if you guys have a favorite character that you're looking forward to watch, to see on this live action, right? So in Japanese we say, "Ichiban tanoshimi ni shite iru no wa dare?" Who is the number one that you are tanoshimi ni suru, means be excited to, right? So be looking forward to. So who is the that is who, right? So who is the character that you guys are looking forward to see on this live action? All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you are as excited as I am to watch this live action. And let me know if you guys want me to do more like Japanese lessons coming from like this, like anime or even the live action like dialogue. That's something that I enjoy doing as well. And if it was helpful to you guys, perhaps I can make more. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed. それではまた。バイバイ。元気で。